Hey Reddit. At what moment did you realize, frick I'm old? We need your help to grow. Like and subscribe for more daily content.
Coming around the corner of a department store and seeing my dad come around the corner at the same time. It was a mirror.
I occasionally say things and hear my father's voice coming out of my mouth. I even notice I have the same half smile he does when I think I'm being clever. It's worrisome.
I'm in my late 40s and my beard is almost completely white. I was at an event a few weeks ago where my dad was receiving an award. The local dignitary who had been giving the award asked my dad if I was his younger brother.
When I'm signing up for an account on a website, I have to scroll back pretty far to find my birth year now.
According to most websites, I was born on January 1st, 1901.
When I fell down at work and no one laughed. Instead 3 people came running over to make sure I was okay.
I never thought of it that way. When you're a teenager and someone falls. It's the funniest shiz ever. Holy shiz, this is depressing.
Oh my. I laughed so hard at this. Thank you, Jelly Belly Mom.
Instead of growing facial hair to look older, I'm shaving it to look younger.
27 here and still shaving to look older instead of looking like a 16-year-old who is trying to grow his first beard.
Get a cool lumberjack-esque beard. Perfect blend of both.
I saw a picture on Facebook of a friend from college and thought, damn, he got fat and old. I immediately realized, I also got fat and old.
My 2 New Year's resolutions are, 1. Get back into the shape I was before the accident. 2. Stop referring to letting myself go and getting fat as the accident.
I'll add mine since it was the reason I thought to ask this question. Last week I sneezed and it threw my back out.
If it makes you feel better. I was 19 when that happened to me. I was so embarrassed I told everyone I was helping my mom move something heavy when it happened.
I pulled my groin. In college. While sitting down.
I used to drive for Uber and one night I realized the college girls I picked up could have been my adult daughters.
I had something similar, but realized the college girls were too young for my children.
My girlfriend and I went to visit our university campus a few years ago and I realized any of the students who saw us wandering around would have assumed we were some students' parents.
They played Green Day and The Offspring on the classic rock radio station.
Then the announcer says something about it being released on this day 20 years ago. WTF.
When I see popular Reddit posts mentioning celebrities with weird-ass names and I'm like, who the frick are these people?
This isn't just age. It's also a product of the internet era. It used to be that everyone watched the same shows on the same few channels or listened to the same few radio stations. Or whatever. So everyone knew the same celebrities. In this age where the monoculture has been shattered, everyone is watching different shows on Netflix, YouTube, etc. It's so much easier to find niches. No one knows the same set of celebrities anymore.
I'm a teenager and I don't know most of them.
When I find myself grunting and groaning just to bend over to tie my shoes.
Yo, I do this and I'm 21.
When my son could outrun me.
I went obstacle course running with my oldest 6 years at that time and he asked if we could still be doing that in 10 years. I told him I would be 50 so sure. You know what that little shiz said? Cool. I will hold back for you, Dad. He is probably right, but I will keep training to not make it easy for him to pass me.
When I was in my late 20s I dated a girl who had a daughter. The daughter and I got along great. Played a bunch of Katamari together. Etc. Years later, that girl and I have long since broken up. I did some volunteer teaching at one of the local alternative schools with my wife. And one of students in the film class we taught was my ex-girlfriend's daughter. Now 18 years old. At some point in your life, whether you have kids or not, you realize you're technically old enough to be a grandparent. And that feels very old.
Over the summer I was reading about a teenager who had been killed. He was survived by a daughter and his 33-year-old mother. Now, this isn't normal overall by any means, but I still stopped to think how this woman was not only a grandmother but could have been a senior in high school when I was a freshman.
When I went to a music festival and slept in a tent after 5 or so years of not doing so. My God, I need to get home and take a real shower.
Truth, I slept on an air mattress for the first time in years and holy hell did I ache the next day. Gone are the days I could fall asleep on cold concrete contorted like the best circus act and wake up feeling as refreshed as a spring chicken.
Last year I went to a festival where we rented an apartment on Airbnb in the next bigger town and took the car over to the festival ground. That gave us the chance to sleep in an actual bed. Take a shower in the evening. It looked like the whole acre coming off of my skin, and buy actual food in a supermarket rather than relying on tinned ravioli and the overly expensive crap they sell near the stage. Never looking back. Best festival ever.
When I overheard my teenage niece and her friends taking the piss out of things millennials say.
Ha ha ha, my sister is 19 and she's been keeping me abreast of the millennials are corny jokes. I had no idea we were suddenly so fucking old and uncool.
Listen here, you little shits.
I just turned 30 and got a hemorrhoid instantly. Also, I have no idea how to spell hemorrhoid.
Allow me to help you, hemorrhoid.
I was playing basketball alone and a bunch of kids smashed a beer bottle on the other side of the court just for fun. I shouted at them, told them to pick up the pieces and warned them not to do that shiz ever again. They got scared shirtless and apologized. I had never felt older.
Shirtless. You motherfucker.
Who smashes shiz for fun? Fucking yous.
When I mentioned Mr. T to my wife's friend and she had no clue who I was talking about.
Did you pity the fool?
I had a colleague who asked what a MacGyver was.
I was teaching a class last week and told my audience that they may need to MacGyver a solution if they come upon a certain problem. No one knew what that meant. Because someone asked. It was an EMT refresher course. These are the people you trust with your life.
I was born in 1999 and, while I've never actually watched it, I'm well aware of what that means.
Now that's just sad. Everyone should know and appreciate MacGyver.
Getting excited over things like a new vacuum, new water heater, or a not plastic silverware tray. Realizing the Linkin Park album I like is 20 years old. Laughing when someone invites me out, especially if the start of the event is 9 p.m.
It's even funnier when you're so old you forget. It's Linkin Park.
New vacuum excitement is no joke. I bought a Dyson a couple of years ago and it was life-altering. Also, 9 p.m. start time is legit relatable. That's like an hour away from bedtime. Nobody got time for that. At least past 30.
When I spotted a grey pubic hair, oddly this bothered me more than the grey hairs on my scalp.
What now? Is this a thing?